Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Hobby Chop Podcast, the podcast for the people. I am Big Ken. He is Zip. Zip, how are you doing, my friend?
Doing good. I'm fun. I'm ready for this fun little short episode. This will be fun. I can't wait.
So we're recording this Sunday night. It's dropping Tuesday night, but we're recording Sunday night because I'm out of time. I have no time left between now and Wednesday morning till I leave. I leave for Chicago. So this is where we end up at on Sunday night. So being Sunday night, how was your weekend?
It was really good. We were supposed to shoot this earlier, but me and the wife had a babysitter, so we went out. We're out late dancing, having a good time, and yeah. So appreciate you pushing it back. But my weekend's been eventful to say the least.
Yeah. I did a show, Connecticut show in Norwalk today. It was a long drive down and back, and it's funny because last weekend I wasn't expecting much from the Danbury show, but I went anyways. I committed for a table. I went, I set up, and the show was unbelievable. So this weekend, right, I have all these high expectations. I'm all excited. I think it's going to be, as good as last weekend, and get down there, and it just, for me, it just was not a good show today. So you never know, good show, bad show, when it's going to be. And that's probably why I set up at so many shows, because eventually you end up with a lot better, more, a lot more shows that are better than worse. But I'm still thankful to be able to partake in the hobby today.
Oh, okay. Well, hobby-wise, this weekend's been great too. I haven't even talked to you about this. I bought 2 collections Friday evening. I drove down towards you in the state, and then by me. Just to touch on, like, my favorite card that I bought in these 2 collections. One of them is a raw Ohtani refractor rookie, Topps Chrome rookie. So, and it looks good. Looks like it has a chance to gem. I know this is gonna sound crazy coming from me. If I gem that, I may just hold on to it.
What?
I know. I know. I know. I don't know
For what? For what, like a week, or what are
I
we
don't know.
talking?
I think Otani's obviously generational. So, like, if I could gem his, refractor and be into it for super cheap, and then just try to upgrade that a little bit here and there and see where an Ohtani card goes, that could be kind of cool. So but if it's a 9, I'll just sell it. So, like, let's be real about that. If it's a 9, I'm selling it. So
Are you a PSA snob? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know if I'm a PSA snob or just a realist, and I don't like to burn money. That could be it too.
Yeah.
Because in a perfect world, I think, tag or any of those AI gradings they are the most objective, right? Like, it's taking human out of it. I actually did, not to get too off tangent, but did you see someone posted a crazy picture, a bunch of like the 2018 green 101 kabooms, and they were all in tag slabs?
Oh, I did see that today. Yeah.
And I think it's going to take like crazy stuff like that to get people onto the next thing, whenever that may be. And it may not even work, but like, just the way like everything is moving with like businesses and just day-to-day life, it just feels like the AI grading is inevitable. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sooner or later, right?
Right? Like,
And
or why doesn't PSA just do it? There you go, right?
I don't want to be getting off topic either, but I thoroughly agree that having people grading those cards is good for their business, right? I mean, I think they're good for their business. And I heard somebody said to me this week that they feel that if they sending cards in, if they send them in bulk, that that the grading is going to be lower level than if they send them in and pay a little more at a regular rate, that they'll get better graders and possibly better grades. I don't think so, but I think there's probably conspiracy theories all over about what's going on with the grading there, and cards that most people had a higher percentage of gem rate. Those rates are those percentages are dropping now, including my own. And I've done nothing different looking at the cards. So, I think there's something more going on the other end as far as, what the grades are coming out of those cards.
So my gem rate, it's been about the same, honestly. I think I showed you off like air before. The amount of cards that I get and the amount of cards I send in are way different than it used to be. So I think for me, it's really just becoming a bit more picky.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the accountability that I feel like a lot of people in our hobby don't like to take accountability for sending off cards that are not tens and then getting mad at the abyss, shouting into the abyss of, oh, they're out to get me, because it's like, I don't know. I also stopped subbing myself and submit with the largest group submitter. Sometimes swallow that ego and go what makes sense. It's the best way to do, but not all of us want to do that. So, but yeah.
I have a Caitlin Clark logo prism.
Yep.
And it's the true prism, not the variation.
Mm-hmm.
And a guy was a young kid looking at the card, called his buddy over, and they're going back and forth. And he says, the only thing that makes me nervous on this card, because the card looks great, is I can't find any PSA 10s of this card. And to price it out, because he wants to figure out if it's worth buying and taking a chance to hit a 10. And we're both scrolling through Card Ladder and it's like there's like only like a couple PSA 10s of that sold, and they were months ago, because the gem rate is so low on those cards, right? And I said that I'm sure the gem rate is much lower. You see the variation. There's a lot more variation, PSA 10s, that gem than the actual, the true. So, yeah, it's very, very telling right there when you try to go even look for the most recent, sale on that, and you're scrolling back to find.
Shout out to that kid though for having the mind, the thought to do that, to not just go off the comp. Because I mean that's next level thinking, is like people just gonna be like pay a percentage off the comp. But if you're buying to grade something, like a lot of people don't even think about that as like, is this even worth it?
Yeah.
So good for him.
Yeah. And the interesting thing on that is the 9s, the PSA 9s are similar to the raw prices.
Okay.
Which you would think that I would think the 9s, because the gem rate is low, that the 9s would be, a little bit more expensive. But no, it's pretty much, value is pretty much close. That's pretty close.
With something like that, it still is not like far from when those cards have been released. Like there's still a bunch of those getting graded. So like I bet you that's like more of a longitudinal thing. Like over time you'll see, I would hope you see a divide in that, but that doesn't always happen.
Yeah.
With the tough gem rate stuff, I really think the 9 should get a premium more than they usually do. So
I think that market's starting to move a little bit too in that direction on some cards, especially the rare and scarce cards. And I don't know if it could be somewhat market manipulation too, that they're producing more 9s and less 10s, which is creating more value to a 9. Where a year and a half ago, I'm doing episodes saying it's 10 or bust, because if you get a 9, the 9 is worth less than a raw card, right?
Yeah.
But you paid to have a grade. So I think they're trying to figure out a way to make that not happen, right? That the 9 has got a lot more value to it than it once did.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
So, all right. So today's episode, we got to talk at Nationals coming on. I'm going to be there this week, and I'm putting a list together of things that I'm looking for. They say if you're looking for a card, the National is a place you are going to find this card. I spent a little bit more time this year, because last year, believe it or not, of all the years going to the National, I was set up as a dealer. So last year I actually walked it, and I realized I was a little unprepared. Like when I got there and I was like, oh shoot, I should have wrote that down, or I should have wrote this down, or I should have known what number that was, of maybe some things I'm trying to build or things like that. So this year I've gotten a little bit more prepared. you are not going, but you're still saying, you know what? I know all these people that are out there. I'm looking for some cards. Maybe if they're there, people will reach out to me and say, hey, I found the card you're looking for.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to share 3 cards. Two slash, I say 3 because number 2 is like, it's a combo and I'll explain that. But like, one of them is just like, if you're out there and you message Ken, just bring him that card and I'll buy it. Like there's one like that at the moment, but the others are just that I'm probably gonna buy when it seems right.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to start with your first one?
I'm gonna go 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
That's what
All
I was
right.
gonna. If that works for you. All right.
Perfect.
Let's see.
If Carmine was here, at Carmine's Cards, the sports reporter, now supervisor or manager down there at Fox News in South Carolina, there's a name for that. Going in reverse order, he would have called it right out. Okay,
that's good.
let's see.
I hope Carmine will be there. You'll see Carmine, right?
He is not going this year. I just spoke with him the other day. Yeah, he just got a huge promotion at work, and it's just not in the stars for him this year to go. But
okay,
he's hoping to be there next year.
Yeah, well, we'll get Carmine on soon. Then I want to talk with him. So this is the third one, not third in like it's actually the most expensive by far, and I doubt I'll go and get a PSA 5 of this, but it's the 1939 play ball Ted Williams. It's his first card. And
that is number 92. Is that what that is?
Yeah. Yep. And Ted Williams, I wore 9 growing up playing baseball. My great grandfather, who like introduced me to baseball, was Ted Williams, was his favorite player. So, eventually, I'd love to get this card. A PSA 5 is like $9,000, so that's I'm probably not getting that to put away. But the lower grades, maybe I will. Maybe I'll try to get like a PSA 3 or something that has good eye appeal. But that's 3, and that's something that I'm not just gonna be like, yeah, I'm just gonna send Ken just a wire, or or I'll just shoot your friends and family for it. Unfortunately, not up in the air for me at the moment. But this card is just great. It's his first card, unless there might be like a weird card that he has earlier, Ted Williams. But for all intensive purposes, it's like his first card.
So that's a PSA 5.
Yeah, the PSA 5 is like $9,000, just sold for almost $10,000, like heritage auctions. I'm not going for a PSA 5, at least not at this point in my life.
No, but just let me ask you a question, which I think is really kind of cool when you're looking at vintage like this, that there's a threshold of pricing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some cards, even a PSA 1, is a very expensive card, but sometimes you may get a card like a PSA 5. He says like $9,000. What is it? Do you know what a lower value is of this, like a PSA 1 or a PSA 2? Does that become a more affordable card than like a $9,000 PSA 5?
I'm pretty sure a PSA 1 is still at least like $2,000. A PSA 1.5 just did 3,900. A PSA 4 just did $7,000.
Mm-hmm.
An SGC 1 that in the title says presents well did 3,600. So, it's really just a matter of what.
So I bet you this is a card that, somebody like yourself or other collectors out there could start at a 1 or a 1.5 and then find a 2 and say, hey, I'll give you my 1.5 and X amount of dollars for your 2 or your 2.5 or your 3, and just keep moving up the ladder like that.
Yeah, and then oddly enough, because I know I brought this up to do this wish list episode that we're doing of like the cards that we want. I didn't realize how easy it was going to be for me to really find out what type of collector I think I actually am, that I haven't been I just haven't been doing, because I've just been focused on flipping so much, and it's just the Boston sports minus. I'm not a Patriots fan, so it's like it's the Celtics and the Red Sox that are like the teams that and you know this from just talking with me, like just Like
Yeah.
those are my teams. So, but yeah,
Then,
do you
and then
want?
there's the Dolphins.
Dude, yeah, I always love when I'm wearing like a Dolphin sweatshirt or a hat at a show, and people are like, I got Tua, and I'm like, yeah, and I'm not buying Tua because he's terrible. So like, and I'm a Dolphins fan. It's like, yeah, it's like, yeah, Dolphins. Let's not ruin the episode and talk about the Dolphins. Do you want to share a card now? We'll go back and forth, or do you want me to just run through mine?
Why don't you run through yours and I'll bring mine up?
Okay. And then I will pull up the next one, number 2, which is technically it's 2 cards. So they are the 2017 Optic Lime Green Jason Tatum. And with this one I will want to do specifically PSA 10. There's this, and this is the base that I have up right here. And then there's the rookies, which I almost think is a more like aesthetically pleasing card. The rookies. If I go in here, does it?
Yeah, it lets you change.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. Because this is the rookies. I actually I don't know why, but I feel like I just like how this card looks more. But either way, I want both of them. I just love the color match, and it's numbered, and it's Tatum. He's our guy, and yeah, I love Tatum, and just these cards speak to me. The thing about these cards though is that the last couple sales were over 1,000 of the PSA 10, and that's just I don't think that's realistic for a price at the moment after the Achilles.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's off season. He's
Yeah.
injured. I don't know. He's probably going to miss all next season, correct? With this
Yeah.
injury.
So I tried buying the PSA 10, like the base, like off of eBay, and I tried. And this is the thing about with some Tatum collectors or holders is like I offered like 125% of the last comp, whenever that was, and they were like, no, just like hard no, and there wasn't anything to show that card had really increased. Like I was trying to overpay it to get it, and I just couldn't. So like I think this one that I have up now, the rookies, will be easier to get than the actual, the true base card, but that was something I ran into a problem before. But yeah, both cards I'd like to just have and just hold and keep, because I think let me just check real quick. Yeah, like this one, Ken, just did 465. So again, not like oh, well, here you go. This will actually be good when I'm trying to buy. Sorry, I keep talking going back. Is April 28th did 850. And then May 25th did 465, which I don't know exactly when he got hurt, but I would assume the 465 after he got hurt.
Yeah.
Right? Like that kind of.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's okay. I'm not crazy. Those people just did not want to get rid of their cards, and I get it. I wouldn't want to get rid of them either.
Yeah. And they're holds, right? I mean, you're talking about a PC card, but
yeah, I want these. Like I go to the games with my wife, and I'll be bringing Luca. Like these are, and the last card is actually like it's not. I think it's the cheapest out of all of these, and it's easily the hardest to even find for me. And I'll just pull it up, because these are all cards that I actually just I don't want to sell. Like I'm not going to sell. That's not. In no means is that part of it. And this is this card is great. It's it's 2022 Stadium Club Chrome. It's the David Ortiz autograph, and it's from his speech after the Boston bombings, where he got on the mic and said, "This is our effing city, and no one's gonna dictate us." And it's just such a huge sports moment, Boston sports moment, Boston culture moment. And then I believe it was like after this, he came in like third in Boston mayor like voting, like off of write-ins. So it's just, and it's just, I remember watching that and like, oh, he said it. He said that, he said the F word on TV. And then like I think it was like the FCC was like, they're not going to hold anything against him or whatever. You know what I mean? And it was just a great moment. And I mean, look at the picture. Look at the card. They had the American flag draped over the green monster. That's why you see the stripes in the back. And it's it's a card and you don't find them.
Yeah.
What's crazy is like the superfractor of this did like 1,500, and I would gladly just click buy it now if I ever saw the thing pop up again for 1,500. Like it's such a great card, and I it's one of those cards that like it has such a story with it that's more than just an image of like hitting, sliding, throwing, like whatever. You know what I mean?
And the story means something here. It's just a part
Yeah.
of your life.
Oh
you
yeah.
know?
Yep.
I have a whole bunch of 1980 U.S. hockey team memorabilia, of all kinds of stuff, not just cars. I have cars, but I have all kinds of memorabilia just because it was a time in my life, right? That was like one of the greatest things that ever happened, right? So it goes with you your whole life. And for you, I mean, this is one of those moments that, that card, getting that card is just going to keep reminding you of, one of that moment in your life.
Yeah, absolutely. And then 2013, like they went on to win the World Series. Like it was almost like that unification of that travesty. It just like they just took it and ran. And I think he hit like 680 in the playoffs. That it's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Big Poppy. It's David Ortiz. He's just so synonymous with the Boston Red Sox that, yeah. So those are my three. But this one, the David Ortiz. So like there are multiple variations of the auto. There's like let me try to show you just not to go too crazy in it. There's like this one here. Oops, come on. It's the 1991 design variation where it's just the bottom, and this is Stadium Club rather than Chrome. Truthfully, this card is just so hard to find that like I just want it, like regardless of
any variation of it.
I just want one, and then like eventually like I'll hold it until I can like work my way up in the variations or grade of it. You know what I mean? I just want one in my hands because you just can't find them. So yeah, those are my cards.
All right. So I guess it's my turn.
You're up.
Okay. Share screen. So
I said three. Did you didn't do three, did you?
I've got three.
Okay.
My last one is like a lot more than just one.
Okay. Okay.
It's okay. So my first one I'm putting up here is the Hunger Games, the NECA from 2012, the Hunger Games cards. So the Hunger Games cards themselves, the hobby boxes, I think you can buy a hobby box for like 60 or 70 bucks. There's no autos. You cannot pack pull an auto out of any of those packs. So these autos were Walmart exclusive that they put inside the DVD in 2012. And then at some point in 2023, they realized they found the whole box of these cards. So they announced that they were going to put them in these pin sets and release them at Christmas time. And I ended up getting 5 of them in 2023 at Christmas time. And unfortunately only 5. And I got 4. I ended up buying one. I had one duplicate. And I ended up, buying Thresh. I did not get Thresh. And the ones that I got PETA. I got 2 Ruse and whatever his name is. I can't even Liam Helmsworth. Okay. So yeah, I know it's age. I'm telling you. So I ended up with those ones. So I got 5 altogether because I bought Thresh. But I and it's crazy because Katniss, right? There's 3 of her cards are for sale. 10,000, 19,000, on eBay. It's just ridiculously priced because it was such a short print on all these cards. I mean, a really short print on all these cards. So the Fox Face, the Clove, Glimmer, Kato, who was the other one? Thresh.
Bottom left.
Yeah.
I don't know who it is because I I watched the movies like a long time ago, but I know you haven't mentioned
Oh,
the bunny.
Katniss. I have him. But Katniss is the other one. So actually, yeah, the top five are the five that I need. And the only one that comes up is Katniss. And the other four, like I haven't even seen them. I'm part of a group that somebody said, "Oh, I have one, but I'm never selling," that type of thing. And I did this when I did buy the Thresh, I bought it off a guy in New Jersey that said he pulled it out of a dollar box. It was just in a dollar box he was digging through in New Jersey at a show at a high school, in a high school gym. So it's just crazy that how you go ahead and find these cards like that is just
That is insane. Like trying to.
it's just beyond me. But you know what? I have five. Would love to complete the set. I know the Katniss is probably the one that's going to cost me a fortune. I think if the other ones come up, I don't think they're that expensive. I just don't think anybody really knows to sell them.
Well, I think you have like other than the Katniss, it looks just actor wise, you have probably the bigger names, right?
Yeah, I know the ones everybody wants
Hemsworth
to
and
sell.
Hutchinson are like
Yeah, yeah. The ones
so.
that everybody think are like worth the money, and the other ones that people are like, oh, nobody's really who's gonna buy this, and what are they gonna pay? Those are the ones that I really need.
I was just
Right?
gonna ask you, were you just like searching for those sealed DVDs online to buy them, and instead of opening packs, you're like opening DVDs, and if so, you got to let Sherry do it so she can pull Katniss.
Well, I've never found one with a DVD because they weren't guaranteed to be in all of them. They were just randomly inserted there. Um, the ones that they did put out, they sold with the pin set. They they were just thrown in the box in a top loader. Like you bought one came with one randomly inserted card. So the ones that I bought, I ended up getting a double up of probably one of the lower ones that nobody really wants. And if you go to eBay, you'll see it listed on eBay for sale. And I do that more because I'm hoping somebody will be like, "Oh, I have this or that." Because sometimes you put
Yep.
a card up there and then somebody will reach out and they'll be like, "Oh, I have one of those. Like, how did you come up with that price? This is mine. What do you think I should sell it for?" That type of thing. And a lot of times I end up just buying those cards off those people, right? And
Right.
it's like that old thing. You go to a show and you put cards in your case that you hope people will show up and try to sell you.
Yeah, I mean, the National would be one of those times I would think you'd have a shot at it. I'd almost venture to say you put like, I know it sounds wild, but like put a sign on your body saying "looking for these." You know what would be like crazy, but actually makes sense is like make a custom T-shirt of like looking for these items.
Yeah.
But yeah, it depends.
Yes.
Either way, that's really cool.
I,
I think those are very cool, especially when you talk about the story of like how you can't find them and how they were distributed. It's pretty
yeah.
cool.
And probably as an adult with a connection to my kids, this movie, I mean, we read the books, we went to the movies, it was like this whole thing, so it's like a deeper family connection
Yeah.
too, as it is with the cards. So uh yeah, we'll see. I'll just keep looking. I will just keep looking. All right, so my next one, window. So my next one is a more, it's more obtainable. It's just finding these cards. So these team badges were out of Don Russ World Cup Soccer, and they would come up with, they had all these team badges.
Women's, right?
Yes, the
Okay.
women. And so here's my list. You could see I'm down. I've been collecting these team badges. Last year I went there, I found some there. Sometimes I find them at shows and stuff. I've gotten to a point where maybe I'll go online and try to buy them, but I really try to find them try to naturally, build this collection without. And some of these, even online, I've looked them up, or like they're pretty expensive because people know they're expensive and they're harder to come by. So out of this,
Were they like super short print? I never opened this product or.
I don't think they were a short print. They didn't make as many badges. I guess they were a short print. They didn't make as many badges as they made of the players, right? But And again, these are ones that are just sitting in people's boxes that have no idea if they have any value or not. Because a lot of these I pulled out, I bought for like $2, $3, or $4 out of singles boxes at shows. So
Do
the
you have the highlighted ones?
I have all the highlighted ones. I
Okay.
need the bold: Denmark,
Okay.
England, Japan, Morocco, Nigeria, Panama, Portugal, Sweden, and the U.S. The U.S. is probably the most expensive out of all of them. Believe it or not, the people I remember when they first came out, people were putting them up for an insane amount.
What like I'm a card ladder. I'm just curious. Like what were they listing them for?
Probably if I remember, like $150, $175 for a US.
Okay. Team bed.
And again, I ripped a lot of this product, so I pulled some of these too, and I have duplicates that through the women's soccer Facebook group, I've traded some of my duplicates to people who needed them, and they've traded me the ones that I've needed. So that's been kind of a cool. That was they talk about trading cards, right? And a lot of people, and we do a lot, as dealers, we do a lot of trading up, trading down, and all that stuff. But this was really my first experience of actually just trading cards for cards, where people were helping me complete my set and I was helping them complete theirs.
Yeah, I'm trying. What year was it? I'm trying to find it. Oh, 23.
Yep, 2023. Yeah, I'm sure they're not in card ladder. I'm sure they were, like I said, they're throwaway cards.
Okay. No, I'm seeing some of them. No, they look cool, and I feel like if like that'd be something that'd be really nice to put like all together and display.
Yeah.
Like all countries like that. That'd be cool.
Well, I'm redoing my office, and what I thought would be kind of cool is just to make like instead of putting a picture up somewhere, is getting a frame and putting these all in one frame and then hanging that as a picture in the office. I just thought it'd be kind of a cool idea.
Absolutely. On the bright side, it looks like I see the last US one sold March 10th for $40 in the best offer. So like the hardest part is not actually spending the money, it's finding them, right? That's just finding them.
Yeah. All right. And my last one, little different. I mentioned this at the beginning because, at the National last year, walking around, I really didn't have a list, and I really wanted to have this year. I want to have a list, even though like I know kind of what I'm looking for. More just like a reminder list when you get out there, or especially for more specific things. And I'll show you. This is my wants share. So this one here, NCAA basketball. Sarah Strong, Michaela Blake, Silas Swords, Audie Crooks, Kaylee Heckle, and Juju Watkins, rare and scarce. Right? I have a 4-row box of singles of Juju, and I have two-row graded box of Juju. Like, Kiki Rice is on here too. Her cards are very hard to come by. And the problem with Kiki Rice is she was her last time her cards were in pack pulled stuff. It was the same as Victor Wembanyama. So everything is expensive. So trying to get those.
Yeah.
And I try to find the people who got, what I was doing is I would find the people who had all the Victor Wembanyama in their case, and I'd say, do you have any singles boxes? Because what'd you do with all the rest of the cards, right? Because I'm the guy that wanted the other ones.
It's a smart play there.
Yeah. WNBA, Cameron Brink. I still think she's going to be a superstar. So I just have a ton of her stuff. I'm still picking up stuff cheap. I know she's coming back. So maybe as soon as this week, she may be back on back playing in games. So I've done everything I could to get as many of her cards while she was out injured at a very good price. And now I'm starting to see those prices starting to rise. And I think they're just going to keep rising. She was the number 2 pick after Caitlin Clark in that draft. And, for very good reason. She's just a very good player. My NWSL, National Women's Soccer League, Trinity Rodman, anything rare and scarce from her 2021, her rookie stuff. Sophia Smith Wilson, she is now married. She is out on maternity. She's having a baby in October, so she'll be out for a while. So I'll probably be able to find some of her cards at a decent price. Also, the 2021 rookie cards, rare and scarce. And here's one that I know may surprise you a little bit. We haven't talked about this, but I am going to pick your brain a little bit, not on here, but off of here.
I was like, oh wow, put me on the spot
Yeah. But soccer, right? Next year, World Cup is here in the U.S. And I'm just going to ask you: do you think now is the time to be buying? Is this summer the time to be starting to try to stock up on a little bit of soccer, looking forward to next year when the World Cup is here in the U.S.?
So what I can remember from the last World Cup, because I was calling it well positioned would be an understatement. I was just like only soccer, I feel like, or like maybe not only, but I was so strong into soccer that like what it felt like the last go around was that the hype, like maybe I don't know, 9 months to 4 months, 3 months before the World Cup, that's when the sales were like ramping up. And it wasn't even like a boost that people were really anticipating. And then, of course, you have like the boost of the winners or like the really quick, like someone scores a few goals in a World Cup game. Then you have those like, little boosts. But like, I just remember everyone was like underwhelmed. It was like after the World Cup, people were like, "This is hopefully this is going to be the new floor of soccer." And then it was a major crash, and now soccer's been rebounding quite a bit from everything I've been reading. But a lot of that, and this is a really just uneducated like, because I'm not into the soccer anywhere like I used to be. A lot of that seems to be off of like a few major up and coming stars, one being Lamine Yamal. Like his prices just seem to be absolutely head and toes above everyone else. So maybe that's something post. Maybe me and you talk, and we try to get someone who could talk soccer on here and give us a more well versed answer than that.
Yep.
But yeah,
good.
Yeah.
And I think my last one here. My Delta Pilot cards. I got another one beyond that. Yeah, my Delta Pilot cards. So I've gotten all the earlier everything up to 2016. So this is what I have left. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 6 cards left to complete the 2016, and then there's a short 2024 release of them. So I've almost completed this whole thing. Again, just fun. It's really just all for the fun of it. There's no real meaning to this stuff. So I went to a show. I got to talk to somebody. They had a whole bunch of these, and I said, "Just make me a deal. Sell me these cards." And then when I got home, I penny sleeved. I top loaded them all. I printed out the checklists, and then I just started, buying the ones that I needed to complete the list. For who knows? They could be worthless, but they're all for me.
Gotcha.
And the last thing on here is the VIP silver packs at the National. So I want to buy some of these this year. Last year, like I went to so many booths and I stood there and I watched these people selling these packs at $50 a pack. And I'm like, man, I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know if I will. I don't know if I not. And I ended up just not buying them. But then when we got home, I mean, all the hits people were pulling out of these packs, the Caitlin Clarks and the Victor Wembanyama.
Well,
and
our buddy Carey pulled the 1-on-1 Caitlin and it
Yep.
gemmed and it sold for like over 30 grand.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So I think this year I'm just going to put some money aside. I'm gonna buy a bunch of these things, and when I'm doing, the recap at night, I rip some open, right? Get a little live entertainment while I'm ripping them open. Maybe I'll hit something good out of it. But I talked about this experience being more of a social experience for me this year. Just after walking last year in Cleveland, and then doing all these things to say this is what I'm going to change and make better about next year. So I've done that. I'm doing that this year. So I'm happy to be doing that. So I think I'm prepared for a good trip out there.
No, I'm excited for you because I feel like it's almost like you're getting a hobby vacation in the hobby because like you're always the dealer and then making content, and sure the content's fun, but it's also a grind, I'm sure. I mean, like we do it a week and then you post it and stuff like that. I don't do a ton by any means. But at least like you'll just be able to just like take it in and enjoy it for what it's worth, you know? So I think that's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
With a bunch of the stuff you mentioned, I feel like you're also going to have to step out of your comfort zone a little more and go bargain boxing. Like a lot of that,
a lot of that is bargain boxing
Yeah.
stuff, and yeah, that's what I mean, the Cameron Brink won't be bargain
No.
boxing, but believe it or not, a lot of the NCAA basketball stuff will be bargain boxing. You know, because
Well,
a lot of people, and I know you and I know this, and a lot of people are in on it. But some of the names out there that people are not going to take the time to put. There's not a lot of people like me that are looking. So a lot of those cards don't make it into the showcase because of limited space. They end up in a box and things like that. So
I would venture to actually challenge that statement slightly in that I bet you Cameron Brink is in a bunch of bargain boxes out.
Oh, you think so? Yeah, I mean maybe base stuff, but I don't think
we are way more aware and in tune with like the WNBA cards, I think, than a lot of people who probably just have money and chase Caitlin Clark and just threw everything out. Not threw it out, but you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I guarantee Cameron, I don't know how good the Cameron Brinks would be, you know, but like I bet you'd find like silvers and stuff like that in some bargain boxes.
Well, next week when I'm back, brother, we're going to be having this conversation. I'm going to be showing you some of my my bargain box finds.
Yeah, you better find them before Carrie. Carrie will be in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna message him and say, okay, meet me over here, and then when I know he's waiting for me, I gotta go running through the boxes.
Yep. So you're gonna have to do.
Yeah. Good. Anything else before we shut it down?
Nah, have a safe trip, have fun, and I'll be watching those daily recaps, and hopefully on my end I'll be finding people selling stuff close by.
Yeah.
Keep doing that.
And I will look for your cards. And
just for right now, just that Ortiz auto 2022. Let me get the.
I may be like, but I got this Ted Williams for $10K, man.
It's like, yeah, can you pay? It's like, no thanks, not right now. Hold on to it. I'll make payments with 0% interest. But yeah, the David Ortiz 2022 Topps Club Stadium Club, hopefully Chrome, but if it's just the Stadium Club and that, I'll buy it too. But yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
All right, my eyes are open for you, sir.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. Hey, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for listening. Please like, please subscribe, and we will be back next week with a brand new episode. Take care, Zip.
I'll see you.